My God, terrifying truth. Folks, Ostrich Cull, ostrich burning of bodies, all evidence gone, and I mean internet wiped evidence. All the results of tracking of those 300 ostriches, origin from South Africa onward, erased in Canada. Strong ties to Japan, Canada, and China through Winnipeg to Wuhan to Japan. And all the lab work that followed these scrubbed from the internet forevermore. These animals, these liars, it's on my Facebook, the post, which I'm going to dig up, where I show you the reports, I show you the media stories, all erased. The global newswoman who is center of the ostrich farm, her face doesn't show up anymore. Was a newscaster in BC Global News, total leftist, getting smashed hard, folks. Don't know how long the video is going to last. Massive propaganda videos. Everybody, there is not an animal in Canada you can't trace its origins, globally or anything domestic. You cannot trace these birds anymore today. What I told you, I tagged Donald J. Trump's account, Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, and Homeland Security. You've got to look at this. You can no longer track the ostrich birds. On my timeline, I have the complete history of those birds. All portions of the flock, even though they didn't all originate domestically in Canada together. I have all of it. Wow, I don't know. They're hammering me hard, and I'm on Wi-Fi to boot. There's no other explanation with full bars other than the government of Canada. I've hit a nerve, a hard nerve. It doesn't matter. Those agencies in the Trump administration, the executive and the judicial, are tagged in this. You will find the actual history on this Facebook account because I do all of my research. The propaganda videos are a lie. Those birds are easily tracked to Winnipeg, all the way to China and absolutely Japan in a three-way. Inject them with human viruses and see what mutations they'll get. Exactly what was over 28 diseases found in China in the WUHAN market from the China lab that's attached to Winnipeg, BC, and Japan. In those time periods, all the way up to 2021, until they were busted over COVID-19, mutating human viruses with animal DNA, harvesting, they say, antigens, while mutating. Canadian government's terrified. They've been mutating human diseases inside of animal species. Ostriches have no business in the Arctic or in the Canadian climate, none whatsoever over the 49th parallel, not even justified in the northern states, which also includes upper and lower Canada, regardless of what the Canadian government tells you. They were participating. They were experimenting on animal species with human diseases, mutating them to have adverse reactions to human population. A crime in international law. China, Japan, Canada, absolutely busted with these ostriches. Canadians don't get it. They don't get it. I get you don't get it. Your government's dumbed you down. But folks, this is true, credible, real, verifiable. The history of those ostriches, all history of all animals in North America are easily tracked, domestic or foreign. When that tracking disappears and nobody knows, it's because somebody in high government is erasing it because they've committed a crime on the global stage. That's why America wanted the ostriches, only to bust Canada and prove coronavirus and the history of coronavirus and the Wuhan birds out of China and the 28 human diseases put into animals to see them change is also proven that they were doing that in Canada, from Winnipeg, Wuhan lab, all the way to British Columbia and everything with Japan. USA wanted this. Most of the records are easily found on my timeline, easily tracked down. None of those publications exist anymore. AI even has been scrubbed because they have no source material. Absolutely zero for the Ostrich Farm 300 culled birds. Even though just a week before the call, you could easily get and track all the birds, know exactly where the multiple flocks came from worldwide and domestically, and what they had been through. All of that history has been scrubbed from the Canadian internet, airwaves, media, all companies. It is a crime. And folks, all of that exists on my timeline, screenshotted, saved, only found here. I'm the only one who deep dived this. CIA, Homeland Security will find it all here. The crime against humanity and biological warfare, these are biological weapons manufacturing. That's what this all really is. And there are some pretty elite Canadians involved in this who pretend that somehow they're just average Canadian farmers. Yeah, right. And why is there why is there no record of any of that? Everybody should know common sense. I don't want to hear about city slicker or farmer, because I'm all of it and then some. And you know what? Every creature upon Canadian domestication and domesticated creature in Canada has a tracking record. These are not wild animals. These are absolutely tagged and tracked creatures through all of it. All of it. That's how agriculture works. Anyone denying that would be pretty dumb. The CIA, Homeland Security, and the Trump administration are not going to fall for this, and neither should any Canadian. Nobody should fall for this. As you can see, I'm being hit tremendously. The video's not going to be shareable, everybody. I'm letting you live the experience of trying to do this, getting zapped constantly, consistently, trying to be censored, shut down, shut up. And I won't shut up. It lives, it exists, it's on my timeline. All the history of common sense is here. Everybody share, share, share. Wait 20 minutes. The video will clean up. There'll be tons of breaks, repeating gate, gate, gate. But it's okay. I did it live. I took their beating. I survived it. I need you all to share. If it wasn't critical, they wouldn't be zapping me every 2 seconds. And remember, full bars Wi-Fi, full bars phone. There's no rhyme or reason for this smashing outside of government intervention. The kind of intervention we saw down south in Alberta during COVID-19, where none of my videos would run because I couldn't have the message out while I was on stage in front of thousands. You can't have these messages out to the public. Well, too damn bad. And I'm not afraid of nobody or nothing. The truth shall set you free. God bless America, and God bless all of you who share. Because that courage, that commitment, that's what sees. Get this message out there. Don't let the crown propagandists win. Don't fall for the actors and actresses out of the CSIS handbook, the equivalent of the CIA. That's why they're tagged here. America knows, and America will find everything they need to know in pictorial form, screenshotted, researched by a detailed, aggressive analysis an analyst who never lies. I certainly don't lie. It's there, scrubbed and erased now, but Canada will pay for their crimes against humanity. Folks, you have to be the difference. You have to share, share, share. Give it 20 minutes, revisit the video. As choppy as it is, it'll be cleaned up. Don't attempt to share now, unless it's live, which a lot of you are, but it will clean up in 20 minutes. Just wait. Wait 20 minutes and then share. Wow, they really don't want this video out there.